I quit, it was a personal decision because I wanted to do something different than everyone else had planned. So I had to move on. Of course, I was angry for a little while, and because it didn't work out the way I wanted it to.
There was just a lot else I wanted to do, a number of other things. We had done a video for MTV, and we kind of got to this point to where we were either going to try to take off and really pursue it seriously or not, And then we got to the end of the one last U.S. tour that we were on, and Woody had said, guys, this is it for me. He kind of announced it, and in my mind, that immediately kind of flipped a switch and said, yeah, me too.
Time healed the wounds. We moved on, started talking again, and John had this song, Goliath, and he bounced it off me, and I was just like, man, this is awesome.
And they just wrote one song that just blew both Dave and I away. I mean, it's track Goliath. I saw in that kind of the potential to take like the messaging and the concept of Burnt by the Sun and a new record in a new direction, just to kind of build off this like Heart of Darkness concept. The themes that are explored in Heart of Darkness, which includes like moral relativism and stepping into something with good intentions and letting power corrupt it, that is ultimately part of human nature, and it's something that people do in their everyday lives. Whether people realize it or not, life is constantly it's a struggle, and it's constantly a fight to try to get footing.
I mean, you got shit blowing up all over the place. You got wars. You got the economy going to God knows fucking where. And this is where my kids are growing up, dude.
The thing with Heart of Darkness was just kind of taking these dark, extreme examples, like things that are illustrated in the novel or in Apocalypse Now, and kind of weeding them down to really basic everyday terms that I think people can relate to, and I think that's what makes it really scary.
You know what? Mike's got it easy because he's just putting himself in that context to look at things.
Right.
You know what? I got 4 kids, dude, and if half the bullshit that we've talked about on this record and all the previous records come forth, that's when my kids are going to be coming around.
These types of things, these dynamics between doing the right thing, doing the wrong thing, good and evil, things that we want to be versus things that we actually are, they exist in everyday life and in everyday conversations that we have. And in that way, it's kind of scary to have things laid out that way. With this record, I kind of approached it with that in mind. Like, if you're going to be dwelling constantly on negative things and digging into things, deep spiritual things have to do with human nature, you start towing that line very closely, and you have to be really careful and really cautious of it. I look forward to finishing up the record, but I look at the experience of letting myself toe that line as closely as I did and realize it's not something I want to do again.
We want the heaviest record we've ever done.
Eric's been there since when I was in Remains, dude, recording here in '89.
Hearing all the things he's done over the past few years, you can see the progression, and he obviously knows what he's doing. We're really comfortable here. We're really comfortable with Eric. I think he's the right guy to capture what we want.
When the email started coming down, it has to be the heaviest record of all time. Well, that was the instructions. The heaviest record I ever recorded, and the heaviest record that comes out of Jersey forever. They're just so far out there. I never really thought of them as following any kind of style, other than, off the wall, like licks that John comes up with. It's like when he plays you a lick, you're just like, what is that?
It's
and then Dave has to it's this. This will work. Yeah, this will work.
It's not like I plan to write a certain way. It's just if I feel something, I usually hear music to it, and it just comes out that way. I don't know how to, you could talk scales. I'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Because I'm not a sit-at-home type guitar player. I put it on and immediately I want to play whatever it is I'm feeling at that moment. I feel it from the arms to the guitar, it's a hard feeling to describe, but it just happens. And these guys just always seem to know the right thing to do at the right time.
When people hear this record, it's gonna be very different than any other Burnt record.
No, you know what this is?
David, it is a man's
You
brush.
clean cast iron cooking pans.
This is a man's brush. This is what men use to brush their stuff with. Not some gay fucking 1980s vent brush. Alright? With a fucking rat tail hanging out your back pocket and shit. This is a fucking man brush, alright? Right here.
Alright.
Two of you motherfuckers got no hair.
Ted, you're the man.
I'm serious. Go on go to man.com. It's fucking right there. I got a man brush. I can't help it if you guys don't know what it is.
I got something for you.
Dude, I'm not gonna tell. Oh, okay. It's a man brush.
It's his fault.
It has to be wide open area.
That's not wide open.
That's wide open and airy.
Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry, man.
Come on.
You know it's bad when it hits you that quick.
No.
Andrew,
Here, ready? Ready? Here, hold it out like that again. Okay. I'll be like Jackass. Ready? Get that film?
I totally did.
Did I hit you hard?
Even lightly sucks.
Check, yeah. Check, 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 check. Check.
I missed that fucking hit.
Ted, I don't know if you should do those 2 hits
Which 2 hits?
in the beginning.
I still can't get it going in.
I just think you start with the riff and you just boom.
But yeah, but is it a normal starting riff? If is it? Or you
should
start on-
dun, 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 dun.
So the first one, baby.
That's gonna sound weird now, man, because those bass drums are right in following your riff.
But
Man. That's the whole point of it.
It just doesn't sound right.
No, I'm not playing it right.
Yeah, I don't think you played it right there.
No, I haven't played it right yet. I've never played it
he's,
right.
He's not on time now.
Not at all. Where is
Talking
that?
about this tech here, right?
I'm talking the first 2 and then like
Okay,
leading
okay,
it. Yeah.
Because I have no idea like what you're doing yet. I don't understand the rhythm yet.
That's all.
No, that middle piece is just a bunch of
Yeah,
runs and
well,
shit with
that
Dave, pretty much that.
Oh yeah, no that.
Yeah,
About, like,
that-
the
no,
main-
that-
The main groove.
No, dude. It's the beginning that fucks me. Because John, I don't know exactly how the guitar is
Hey, man,
coming
is
in.
this okay? I forgot.
I started.
Is this okay? No, man. Alright, cool. How about now?
Yeah, but as long as you're with the drums, all right, isn't it?
How about now? I love how they just drag it
Well,
out.
he just told me something, so I'm going to try some. Let's see.
I'm just gonna back up a
Garage
little bit.
like
You don't
Yeah.
need the whole-
No, I don't need all that bullshit.
Give the size of these.
Take the guitar out here. Or?
Oh my god.
The next part, can we take it out of? Yeah, take it out. Don't record. Yeah.
Beyond.
He might be right. Don't play along with click. I might be able to fucking nail it and then just trim it.
John saves the day.
Take out my glasses and I'm a little smarter.
I'm like.
Oh, you hear him all the time?
No, just for a second to come in.
It's really hard for me to go that slow. The faster it is for me to play, the easier it is. For some strange reason.
Same thing with
That's why I like when you play faster, because it's easier to do stuff.
when you gotta keep it steady, really mid-tempo.
I mean, I could do that part all day long if I wasn't doing that. How's it go, Dave?
I thought the snares were actually, I thought the bass drums were actually going to be the snare. Like in the sounding, not in looking, in sounding.
Bass drums are really big.
The big
look
thing.
great.
Thanks, Dave.
There you go. Boy, it's good. Battery's running low, but that's cool. Kinda.
What's cool about
For an asshole. Well, this is the end. It's the final day of recording. And I'm glad it's over. Because it's been very difficult to get through this. A lot of techie reasons for why I'm saying that, but let's just say that it's the last day that I'm going to be doing this, finishing up their one track, The Wolves Are Running. For some reason I've had some difficulty with this song. I just haven't been really happy with the way I've laid down the track. So as it turned out, I know initially I was expecting that I was not going to be recording much at all, anything at home. I thought I got everything done with the demos. Thought it was going to be pretty easy transfer over. As it turns out, the timing on the new tracks was, in some cases, I mean, I could move the vocals over from one version to the new version, but just the editing and all that, the time, it would just be easier for me to just re-sing it. So what I did is, on
what I wound up doing is on the songs where I had parts where I was really pleased with my performance on the demo tracks. I took those parts and I moved them over, and they're in the new songs, the new versions. And it's just simply because you know, I like the feel, I like the vibe and the energy at the time when I originally laid it down. I like the way it came out, and I wanted to put that, I wanted to capture that forever with this. So that's what I did. So now we're finishing up, and that's it.
This is some type of this. No, you know what this is?
David, it is a man's
You
brush.
clean cast iron cooking pans. with
This is a man's brush. This is what men use to brush their stuff with. Not some gay fucking 1980s vent brush. Alright? With a fucking rat tail hanging out your back pocket and shit. This is a fucking man brush, alright? Right here.
All right,
Two of you motherfuckers got no hair.
Ted, you're the man.
I'm serious. Go on the, go to man.com. It's fucking right there.
It's a bullseye.
What's a bullseye?
With the man.com, you painted a bullseye on yourself.
Oh, no. I got a man brush. I can't help it if you guys don't know what it is.
I got something for you.
Dude. It's a man brush. You guys don't know about men brushes. I'm
See,
sorry.
if I liked man.com and I said I got something for you, then it would have made sense.
King Cobra had a gong. I saw it on a poster once, and I was like, this guy's gong is like 50 feet high. That song must be one hell of a song if it's worthy to bring out that thing.
Here, hold it out like that again. Okay. I'll be like Jackass. Ready? Get that, Phil?
I totally did.
Did I hit you hard?
Even lightly sucks.
Lightly braised, but those are usually the worst ones.
Let me see that. Now it's like the second. There's a long fill with a snare, and I ended on the China. I'm accenting the China. Did you get me doing it and almost wiping out? Really? Alright, just move it. Or I'll do it like this. Alright, cool.
Is there gong on the song?
Yeah. Double gong bass.
Double
Double
gongs.
There is something about that when he
I didn't. Yeah, because it's so.
like, oh, you're coming in, I can't come in. I'm just like, I'm telling him, I'm like, yeah, wherever it is, I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
Because
for-
the leg twists.
It's like a 2-beat
Yeah,
thing
right.
where you're like, oh, that's
Exactly.
Yeah.
right. That's
Yeah, it's this guy. Blame it on him. It's his fault.
It has to be wide open and airy.
That's not wide open.
That's wide
You're
open
not
and airy.
supposed to
Yeah.
fart in the control room.
That was right on the
Mike
beat.
just chimed in.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Jesus.
I'm sorry, man.
Come on.
You know it's bad when it hits you that quick.
No.
And there's
And
like
you're
no...
not, you're not even doing the shakes.
I don't know how.
Huh?
That's what I don't understand. You're not even doing the shakes anymore.
Oh, man, those days are long gone. This is just pure damage from those shakes, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just a lifelong thing. It's like, it's like drugs.
My body's
you know?
like, I like this.
What happened to your 99 bananas that you just took a sip of?
I haven't sipped that in a few hours.
I know. Sam was just saying it's a nice fucking little.
Well, that malt liquor before.
Other than that, I mean, I didn't hear
Oh,
anything.
cool.
I thought it's
Yeah,
good.
man, I think it's good there.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Solid.
Success.
Solid like my cock.
Yeah. And you gonna sit on the floor Indian style and hit the gong?
Yeah. Now we'll work on the gong another time. I want to try and get wolves down, and then I'm done.
Sweet wolves.
Sweet wolves, sweet tits.
But I want to get some more water on me, man. I think I'm a little dehydrated.
Okay, can I get a
There's lots of parts.
cigarette? Want to have a cigarette?
I'll have a cigarette.
Sure.
Why don't you? I'll wait till you come back, then I'll go have
Okay.
one. You missed that one.
First you mock my riffs, now you want
I
to
didn't
smoke
mock
with
your
me?
riffs, dude. I just said your riffs are fucked up.
Here's the light. Here's the light switch that Ralph broke.
Yeah, it's in there. We should have got him like when he was going down.
Oh, that would have been great. Slow motion. That'd be the artwork on the disc.
Like the screen was going down, the drives were going down, you know, like make a big wave, you know.
I know you guys are busy making the mosh.
Don't apologize.
I know you're busy
You're a
making
guest.
the mosh.
We love you, man. It's all cool.
I've been here forever. It's like pretty much exactly.
It is exactly the same.
Oh.
Except,
Except now you're gonna make it moshier.
no, it's so fucking
I'm a
hard.
master
The only thing we want to do is make it non-gay. That's it. All right, that's it.
I'm glad I'm taping this because that's important.
It is. Dude, you know? All the fucking makeup and eyebrow shit has been left outside. All right.
So now that we're in a digital era, you can't say I'm taping it anymore. So what do you just say? Recording?
You say rolling or you're or you
Rolling? No. Because rolling meant, you
This
know.
is rolling, Ted.
Can you say I'm laying to disc?
No,
I don't know what it is.
capturing your soul.
No, only you engines think that. Okay.
Well, the engine might be right.
Dave, I like my new strings, buddy.
Awesome. I'm glad.
Dude, I went
Waiting for Dave's. Dude,
For
no,
what?
you guys-
For a walk.
To have a cigarette?
Yeah.
You gotta wait for Dave.
Someone else has got to do this because at some point, because I'm not going to be in the video at all.
Why don't you just put it up on the fucking thing?
Tape now.
Who had the pot? Tripod.
Huh?
That's the tripod.
Someone had a tripod.
I have the tripod
There
right
you go,
over
Mike.
here.
This is what the studio is.
I would say to
Yes.
delete that.
All right, Sam, you're taking.
You want to go smoke, John?
Yeah.
Some kind of monster.
Some kind of boner. That's what it is, dude. Fuck. Hey, wait for me.
Lars and I,
Chop suey.
we were wondering
What do they got?
when James was.
What do they got?
Page
There's like a
shit,
menu with like 100
feel
things on it.
like
Where do
he
I
was
start
in a
looking, though?
situation
Wherever
where
you
he's like
want.
accident.
I don't know where
And
to address my
after a
eyes.
certain amount of months, you know,
Just get him
Lars and I
fucking egg
started
fouillon.
thinking, is he ever gonna come
Here,
back?
want me to pick
Fuck
something out for you?
food,
And that
yeah.
was a really big
Huh?
question on our plates.
No, it's fine.
You want beef
Whether or
with
not,
broccoli?
he wanted
It's
to come
scallops down here. Fried scallops.
That's what you want?
No,
Fried
that's only
boners.
$3.70. That can't be a meal.
You get the quarter. There's different sizes.
There's two
Oh,
scallops.
there it
Dude,
is.
there's 10 fried scallops for $3.70. I wouldn't recommend that.
No,
They're
that
the
can't.
size of nickels.
They're clone scallops.
Size of nipples.
Curry shrimp.
Dude, get a curry chicken from the Chinese place.
How about a curry? God.
A furry cock. Bean sprouts.
I fucking hate that. No.
I won't give you bean sprouts. I've got other shit to do. Where's the dragon phoenix? That looks intimidating. Instant stink, dude. Oh,
Don't bring it over here. Keep it on your head.
Shrimp scallops and horning style. Who's horning?
Okay, an Oscar for that one.
I'll just go with the general T-shows. The chicken.
T-cells?
General T-cells chicken.
That's like in history when you say Socrates.
No, give me sesame chicken with
Sesame
Socrates.
frickin'. Sesame frickin'. John's had a couple beers.
Sesame
Literally
chicken.
only a couple.
Where's
Yeah.
no. You would have done sesame chicken combination plate?
Yeah, fuck yeah. How much was that?
And also Latin special.
$7.15.
No, it's 6:30. It is. I can hear the secondhand move.
I wrote this new part, Dave. It's like. It's great. Ugh.
What do you get with that? What do you get with that song?
You get it was on the new Metallica.
You get a free
record.
piece of rock soap or something?
Dude, it was like
Rock
on the new
deodorant?
Metallica record or something like that.
I got
People
that
watching these clips are gonna think that's the only one you know.
You know what? That would be very good because there's very little fucking gayness in my
You
lifestyle.
should record it and
Very
upload it to
Play
man.com.
solo, we can't hear you.
Dude, that's what the outro music of the Webisodes will be.
I like that.
You never
Dude.
heard that? That shit was old as time.
Dude,
I didn't hear what he said.
She said we need you to play solo. Solo, we can't hear you.
Yeah.
been drawn towards this Heart of Darkness concept now for a while. I've been wanting to do a record like this for a long time, and on the last record, Perfect, we started to touch on that a little bit. You can kind of get a sense of that in the samples and the messaging here and there. And then we had a discussion pretty early on after we decided we were going to do one more record to focus in, get right into Heart of Darkness, to try to somehow not interpret it, not give a different, not give a version of it that's a record album, but be inspired by it in a way, explore the same kind of concepts. That's what the record is. It's not an interpretation of Heart of Darkness. It's not a retelling of it like Apocalypse Now tried to do. Instead, it's just inspired by it. And it provides certain cues, a certain lens with which to look at the world, the contemporary world. And it's been fun doing it. It's been difficult, though, because you have to get into a certain mindset in order to really tap into that, and it's not the most pleasant thing because it's, these are very dark themes, they're very negative themes, and you really have to keep yourself focused. Keep yourself focused on the right things, keep yourself grounded, because otherwise, man, your mind just starts, thinking about things, and it just affects your life in ways you never really thought it could. People don't realize that. People have a very comic book version, or a very comic book take on the spiritual world, and good versus evil, and this and that. And man, it's not. It's confusing, and that's what makes it so kind of terrifying. Is that you don't know where the line is. You don't realize it. It's so gradual. It's like a temperature change, very gradual. Next thing you know, you're frozen. I know all this sounds horribly pretentious, and I don't really care. I'm just trying to get down as much material as I can here. What I'm thinking on day one, as I'm driving to the studio, finally have the opportunity to get focused and put this record down on tape. I'm really excited about it.
You can't. It's with a band. There's a band picture they're going to put on the record. Okay? You want me to get a picture of the band later? Yes? Hey! Did you like that?
That was rough in there, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah, wait till I go. That's why I really sneak. I don't want to fucking play with them.
I've never seen him push himself like that before. The studio.
It's because he never wrote anything that was as heavy before. Now he's not. Now he's got to play double.
Dude, there was that double bit. Like they were laughing and they were chuckling in there.
It's
Eric and Eric,
ridiculous.
because they're like, dude, this is ridiculous. They're like, there's so much double bass on
The
this
whole
record.
record's a double bass.
He's like, for the last 3 days, that's all he's been doing is just cranking it out.
Dude, he was so tired last night.
The newest song, it's like double bass from beginning to end.
Yeah, it doesn't stop.
Solid
It's
double
2.5
bass.
minutes straight.
It's good.
Yeah. It's funny though.
So I figure what we'll do. We'll use that boner amp and the fucking my DI as the 2 sounds. And I need to. Did that kid leave his fucking silver boxes here?
Yeah.
I need a wow.
He has all kinds of fun stuff in
I
there.
need one of those for fucking Goliath and fucking Rust.
You know, now I can't let my kid watch this DVD.
Sure you can. They say fuck. They know what's up. They just don't say it. My kids know what fuck mean. They go, Dad.
Oh, yeah, in your house. Shit.
Dad. The best is my wife said hate before. She goes, oh, I fucking hate these people. And Josie goes, Ma, hate's a bad word.
I get that.
Oh, that's
If I
She
say
didn't say fuck was a bad word. He said hate was a bad word.
if I say crap, I get both Autumn and ooh, Daddy said the C word. What did I say? I'm thinking, did I say the C-U-N-T word? What did I say? I said crap. Oh, I forgot.
I'd rather
Is
my
it crap?
my kids say hate's a bad word than fuck is a bad word. Because hate's much worse than
Yeah,
fuck.
they're not allowed to say.
Hate's a bad word.
Whitty, where are we?
Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where?
Wichita Falls, 7-Eleven. Am I missing a punchline here?
No. I just didn't know where we were.
Tight.
Type. It's like 85 degrees, sunny, and it's like March 10th or something ridiculous. Beautiful. All right, Type.
What are you doing about it?
He's right here. That about.
You're sleeping time. CC's Pizza. Dude, the pizza last night was surprisingly good.
What? I thought it was horrible.
Dude, I was impressed for Texas.
Dude, the other pizza the other night was better.
Pizza.
Oh, I didn't like that pizza.
The Domino's.
Dude, you kidding me?
Domino's. What are you kidding me?
That was
No,
garbage.
it's only crap and it was better than the fucking shit they had last night. Yes.
I disagree. You were high.
What are we getting tonight?
We got fucking
Meal.
cock and balls.
Says
You
meal.
got a fucking 2-steak sandwich, bitch, and I'm jamming it down your throat.
Don't forget to make a fucking ride on Kemp.
It's just
Double?
right here. I asked him where it was.
Yeah?
Yes. Like right there at the next
Yes.
signal where camp is, you make yourself right.
Yes. Local boys, beer and wine.
Come
Comment.
on.
Hobby Lobby.
So this is camp pizza.
Oh, music store. John can buy picks.
Oh, maybe I can get fucking strings. Alright, Ron. Yeah, Best Buy is these nuts.
Ted, why don't you pick the lane, man?
I'm taking it out of the middle, motherfucker. There ain't nobody here to stop me.
See, if I was doing that,
Why
they'd
don't
be
you just
going.
go over to Dillard's? You were also doing 85,000 miles an hour
million.
in a windy thing when there was a fucking...
Psych center.
You go, dude, you're scaring me.
Old
That's
Navy.
because you were fucking scared of me. I wasn't scared of you now. I'm doing nothing.
I'm scared.
Alright, I'm in a left turn lane here. Where's Hempstead? Is it? I'll say it. I'm coming. Whoa, honey!
Whoa,
What
type.
the fuck? Get off the phone!
Where's the sign? Nice, the nice cell phone, asshole. Sign.
Yeah, the nice cell phone asshole sign.
Chichi Sabure.
There was a nice. Did you
Movie
see that
theater.
in that bathroom at the 7-Eleven? Did you see that little writing on the wall there, Dave?
No,
It
it's
said, "We'll pay cash for teens to suck teen stud cocks."
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome. Did you write that?
Unfortunately, there was no phone number to call though, so we couldn't hold old Douglas up here. Couldn't hook him up.
For the Webisodes. But I'm gonna change the background movie. And then this
Hi.
and this will be at the tail.
Sam, that looks fucking great.
You like that shit?
Yeah.
That's cool. It does look like you're inside of a heart as a blood vessel or something.
We gotta have a picture of Gordon pop up when it's
I can do that.
Now tell him how it's gonna end.
Fucking big
Relapse
fucking...
fades out.
oh, and
After quitting and then the band being reconstituted without you and then all that stuff, like, here you are. Like, what happened?
Well, I guess really we've enjoyed being together, playing this music, and when I quit, it was a personal decision because I wanted to do something different than everyone else had planned. So I had to move on. Water under the bridge, time heals all wounds, type of deal. We start. Of course, I was angry for a little while, and because it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. So time healed the wounds. We moved on, started talking again, and John had this song Goliath, and he bounced it off me, and I was just like, man, this is awesome. This is what I love doing with these guys, and we just talked about trying it again, and here we are, more or less. That's the long short of it.
Just like you said, time to move on, and you've always been known as like this prolific guy who has always got a project or 5 projects or a bunch of stuff going on. What is the place for you for Burnt by the Sun? Like, when you look at this project, what distinguishes it among all the other stuff that you're known to do?
This has a special place in my heart because it has very special people involved. John and Ted and Mike. John's my best friend. I've known him since he was a kid. I've known Ted forever because we played in Human Remains together. And Olander, he came into my life a little later on, but sharing time with him in this band, I considered him one of my best friends as well. All 3 of these guys, and me, being the 4th one, all of us together, I think that we really create something that we all love to do together. And that's the special part about it for me. That's why I'm here.
Is there any feeling that you get from this sound that's generated by Burnt by the Sun that is different than other projects you work on? Do you feel that
for sure.
You're playing differently?
I feel there's a I don't know how to describe it. I've been talking about this a lot lately with a bunch of people because all the other things I do, I don't know, none of them quite register like this one emotionally in a negative way or an anger release form. I tour the world and play with other bands, and I'm happy. I love doing what I want to do, and I'm happy. But when I play this stuff, it just brings the deeper demons out of me, more or less. It makes me, I just want to. I don't know what I want to do. It just, I don't lose control of myself, but I can feel the anger stirring around inside me, and because John's riffs really, I guess it lets me vent. I really have nothing to vent about, though. That's the thing, what I was telling you. But it just takes over me, and I just let loose and just go for it.
And because you're known to be a really precise, technical kind of player, has that ever posed a problem for you? Because you're like, I'm feeling it, and all of a sudden you're feeling it. Does that ever interfere with technical control, or does it make it stronger or better? How does that? How do those two relate?
The old Dave Whitty, yes. These days, not so much. because in all my years of doing it, I've learned that, you know, I can't be perfect all the time, and then playing the music is it's an emotional release, and it's very human. So you know, if I'm just like feeling it and just bashing away as hard as I can, and I'm getting what I want out of it. If I miss a roll, it doesn't matter to me. I'm pouring it out of myself. So I can have the best of all worlds, being technically proficient, and having a release to like a heartbeat, so to speak.
Cool. Being here with Eric, you know, what are you hoping to get out of that? What have you guys talked about? You know, this is like a combination that I'm sure a lot of people will be interested in, because Eric is known for making, you know, these floor heavy records. So what are you hoping to get out of that team?
That's what we want. We want the heaviest record we've ever done. I've been coming here since '91. So's Ted. Mike has a track record here. We're really comfortable here. We're really comfortable with Eric. You know, Mike's worked with him. I've worked with him once on a Major Burns record. Hearing all the things he's done over the past few years, you can see the progression, and you know, he obviously knows what he's doing. He's also the owner. He knows everything, the in and outs of this place. I think he's the right guy to capture what we want. Cool. I think he's going to do it well.
The theme of the record is Heart of Darkness, and I've spoken to Mike a little bit about the content. And in talking about that, he was saying how the sound of the riffs that you're putting into this record and the way you're playing is like a match for the ideas that are in the record, that there's darkness in what you're writing. So I was wondering if you could just talk a little bit about, you know, the feeling that playing this kind of music evokes in you, and how you think the sound you produce, along with Teddy and Witty, meshes with the ideas that Mike brings in, that you guys are all a part of shaping.
Well, I don't try to write a certain way,
right?
But I listen to a lot of news and talk radio mostly, and I watch a lot of like archaeology shows, for instance. When you see a lot of the history of the past and what's going on now, kind of just brings you to that place. It's not like I plan to write a certain way. It's just I play what I feel. I'm not a very good guitar player, not very skilled, but I feel something, I usually hear music to it, and it just comes out that way. And I think because I've been in that mind frame, that it's been matching very closely to what Mike was going for with his lyrics, you know.
So, I mean, I think there are people who would be surprised to hear you say that you don't consider yourself a very skilled guitar player.
Oh, I'm not.
Can you talk a little bit about how, I mean, let's assume that that's true, because there's no reason to think that it isn't if you're saying it. But can you explain how it is then that a not especially skilled guitar player can be writing these evocative things that wind up on a record or a series of records with a band that is considered to be highly skilled?
Well, for instance, Teddy, Dave, Mike, they are musicians. They're skilled at what they do. They know scales, they know this, they know that. I just make noise, and I'm lucky I have other people in the band that can make that noise sound nice, you know. I just play what I'm feeling, and these guys just always seem to know the right thing to do at the right time. So
yeah,
it comes together great. But you know, like as far as me, I don't know how to read music. I don't know how to. You know, you could talk scales. I'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about, because I'm not a sit-at-home type guitar player. I put it on, and immediately I want to play whatever it is I'm feeling at that moment, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Do you feel that the darkness that shows up in the music that you write is something that you're like getting rid of when you come up with these ideas, or is it something that you're invoking and like bringing towards you?
I think it's just filled in my heart, you know. Like, not that I want the darkness there, you know, but it's surrounding me, you know, especially, I know Teddy mentioned this once before, but with the children and stuff, you see this stuff and you start to worry, you know, like, it's not really a nice place. I mean, even since we were kids, we grew up with the threat that there could be a nuclear war and we can all be dead any minute depending on who wants to do what at what time, you know? Right. So we kind of grew up with even if we don't want it there, it's there. You know, that feeling is there, that you're never truly 100% safe, which you never, because you natural disasters, you know, you never see it coming, but it's man-made, you know. It's not like a natural rule of the world. It's we're making this, and these are the people you see every day. There's some of these people. They're nice. You talk to them, but at the same time, some of these people at the same time are doing some really messed up shit.
Yeah.
It could really, hurt all of us. Whether it's, making biological weapons, nuclear weapons, or whether it's just the guy down the street that wants to shoot you because you owe him $20.
Right.
So I think it's there, and when I play music, I feel it from the arms to the guitar. It's a hard feeling to describe, but it just happens.
Especially, I think, if you have children, like you mentioned, it's like when you and I were talking last time about the moment that you're no longer just in it for yourself and someone else depends on you.
Yeah.
You really want to do everything you can to preserve their safety and ensure that they don't get fucked by something that's totally out of their control.
And it really is out of our control, and that's the scary part, because you want the best for your children, but you recognize things a lot more, things that you didn't notice before. You're like, okay, how's that gonna have a long-term effect? In a few years, when my son or my daughter is this age, or even stuff with finances. With all this money that we're gonna be paying, an interest on all these loans that we're doing for all kinds of stuff, whether it's the war or whether it's bailing us out for financial reasons.
Right.
Kids are going to be paying for that, they're the ones that are going to be doing our social security at that same time and all that. All that money, they're going to be the ones to pay, not so much us, but it's going to be the burden's on them, and it's really not fair.
What do you hope to get out of doing this work with Eric, and how would it, those hopes be different than the way you looked at previous records?
Well, the previous records, we were a touring band. We played a lot then, so it was just kind of along the flow. This one was definitely more planned. We knew exactly what we wanted. I think it's the first time we all were on the same page about exactly what we're going for. And working with Eric has been great. He has an incredible ear. He hears stuff I could never hear. I mean, he's really good, and he understands what we're going for. And I think he's really capturing the dirty sound I want, but at the same time, the pretty sound and the clean sound, a nice balance there. I think he understands that really well, and he's very open to let me try things that I want to do. Not that I couldn't do it before, but I always try to polish things a little too much. This is more what the sound I want.
Since the last Burn by the Sun record came out, you guys experienced Mike and Dave technically quitting the band.
Not technically, they did.
Or they quit the band.
They quit.
And then you and John sort of announced that you intended to keep going and reconstitute. And then what happened was, it just seems like that kind of ultimately disappeared into the mists of time. And now here you are again a few years later with the same dudes again. So
actually, the whole reconstitution of the thing, the main purpose of it was to get Mike and Dave back. Because if we would have just let it drop, it would have dropped until whenever, when they were ready to come back.
So you did it to make them jealous?
No, we did it to make them come back. And that's the God's honest truth. Because if we would have stopped, they would have been like, we'll come back to Burnt whenever. When it's convenient for everybody. By us keeping going and doing whatever we did, that sort of, gave them more food to feed fire. I don't know. Sending off the tracks that we did to Mike and Dave, and saying, hey, check this out. This is what we're going to do. Come back. Why don't you do some vocals? The drums need you here, this and that. It kept it alive. Otherwise, it would have just sat on the back burner until everybody was ready to do whatever. Mike's got his career. Dave's got, his career. And it would have never have happened until God knows when.
Huh. So, can you talk a little bit about where your head has gone musically in that time since the last record to this one? Are people going to see what is largely the same band, or are they going to see a rebooted Burnt by the Sun, having gone through some of that craziness?
It's definitely rebooted to an extent, but it's more rebooted to getting back to where we were, because The Perfect was a step out. So we tried to say, hey, if we're going to do this, we want to do it back with all what we set out to do. So we went back to the EP soundtrack kind of style, also taking where we've all grown musically. Wanted to try different things and different rhythms and all that musician bullshit,
Right.
and just bring it back to where we were.
And how does moving from Matt Bales to Eric Rachel figure into that?
I don't know.
Because this is day one.
This is day one, and I have no idea. I mean, Eric's been there since when I was in Remains, dude, recording here in '89. Eric's been here with Steve and, recording in the whole 9 yards, and Dave's basically the grand master of all this and putting it all together and everything, and I'm cool with it. I have no lack of confidence in Eric. I think Eric's going to do an excellent job. It's just a new person to work with, and it was a change. New kind of thing for us, and why not?
I know that Mike, in looking at Heart of Darkness and looking at the themes for this record, he has to put himself in kind of an uncomfortable space in order to engage all these kind of disturbing ideas and disturbing things. Can you talk a little bit about your relationship with the content of this record as it is right now?
Yeah, well, I mean, you know what, Mike's got it easy because he's just putting himself in that context to look at things.
Right.
You know what, I got 4 kids, dude. And if half the bullshit that we've talked about on this record and all the previous records come forth, that's when my kids are going to be coming around. I got more invested in it and John than Mike does. He's just uncomfortably putting himself in that situation right now and thinking about it. But you know what? I got little dudes, man, and a little girl who's going to be in that situation if it happens. So it's more disturbing, I think, to me and John, although I don't know how John is, because you know how John is. But to put not me, but my kids in that situation in real life. I mean, you got shit blowing up all over the place. You got wars. You got the economy going to God knows fucking where. And this is where my kids are growing up, dude. So Mike brings that all out in his lyrics, and although it's an uncomfortable place for Mike to write from, it's even a more uncomfortable place for me and my family to live from and looking forward.
And isn't that interesting, because a lot of this music is looked at as like an escape, or and there are
no escape.
There are definitely parts of metal. There are so many parts of metal that are based almost completely in fantasy.
Yeah. And
here's a band that is reflecting almost entirely reality.
And you're giving me chills fucking thinking about it, dude.
Yeah.
It's great and horrible in the fucking same sentence, man. It really is.
Actually, the first thing is really it's Mike's vocals, because I've been a big fan of his vocals. I mean, way even before Burnt by the Sun, like For the Love of, when he used to work on that stuff. Otherwise, I think it's really like John's like really quirky riffs, like really difficult to explain. But I guess the fans know, because he just comes up with these riffs that are just so out there. And I think Dave Woody's like one of the only guys that can actually comprehend it and make something of it.
So it has to do with the collection of people?
Definitely the quirkiness of John's riffs, and Dave being able to really kind of get the whole thing and then make it like a whole package, on top of like Mike's vocals, which I'm a huge fan of.
In general, what do you see as being the kinds of traps that aggressive bands can fall into that this band avoids?
Well, I think one of the traps now is I see a lot of the bands are heading into the like rock mode, which is cool, but like anything, when a genre changes, into something new, like everybody does the same thing, at the beginning of that changeover,
right?
And then what happens is like then there's the few bands, maybe like the top bands that. They get a style, and then they start to be able to work with their own style. These guys are just they're just so far out there.
Just doing.
I never really thought of them as following any kind of style, other than off the wall like licks that John comes up with. I mean, stuff that you can't, it's like when he plays you a lick, you're just like, what is that?
It's
and then Dave has to like. It's this. This will work there. This will work there.
Can you talk at whatever level you feel comfortable about, like what kind of technical relationship you have with these guys, since they are sort of, they're artists, but they're also technicians manipulating their tools, and you're also in a way a technician manipulating your tools, and you have to work together. What, you know, is it easy for you to bring your different talents to the table and make it work, or do you have to figure out how to build a way to talk to each other first? You know, because it could be delicate material when you're talking about someone's baby, their music, right?
Yeah, you know, it's just not these guys. I mean, every project is like that. You have to kind of like, you know, do baby steps, you know, to kind of figure out like where the band wants to go, you know, what the direction or what they feel the direction is, and then on your end, you know, what you have to do, you know, to kind of like make it sound like a record, you know, because it's more than. There'll be a lot of musicians where, you know, it's like, no, that's fine, you know, it's cool. And then in the back of my mind, or, you know, other producers, you know, they're thinking like, no, the idea is cool, but technically we have to get what you're doing, like at least up to a standard where, you know, when a listener listens to it, you know, I mean, it sounds like a record.
Right.
You know, it's got the difference really between, you know, like somebody coming in, if they worked on a demo at home, and what usually happens is that when musicians, you know, work on demos at home, they're very comfortable and they come up with really good stuff, but they might be slacking a little bit, you know, like maybe playing a part and thinking like, well, that's the general idea, so when I get to the studio,
right,
you know, we'll tighten it up, and but usually, you know, when they get here, then you know, then they have to like, wow, I have to really tighten that up.
I've been playing that in the wrong key the whole time.
Yeah, I've been playing that, and you know, it's like, oh, that is out of tune. I never realized it.
What's been the biggest challenge with this recording so far for Heart of Darkness?
I think the biggest challenge is because, you know, the band has been, not necessarily Dave or Mike, they've been still active, but, you know, John and Teddy, you know, they kind of like relaxed a little bit for a couple of years. They haven't really been playing, like, so, you know, just getting them back on top of their game has really been the most difficult part. You know, just like getting them back in shape and stuff. Like now that we're probably like tracking the last song for John for guitars, and now he's probably really up on top of his game again. Right. You know, so if we had the time, it would even be nice to go back, maybe to some of the first songs that we did. You know, and just kind of like look at him and see if he can, you know, fix up a few parts here and there.
And the last question is really just about the sound of this particular record. When I first showed up the first day that I was here, I was talking to Mike off the record, and I was just like, yo, you know, you went to Bales the last couple times, and now you're going to be here with Eric. It's cool. You know, you're going to get a different result this time. And he kind of made a comment to the effect that you were hoping to make this like just the floor heaviest record of all time.
That was the instructions. When the email started coming down, it has to be the heaviest record of all time. The heaviest record I ever recorded, and the heaviest record the heaviest record that comes out of Jersey forever.
You think you got it?
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be massively heavy. Yeah, very heavy. By the third time, we're still running.
This is called Soundtrack to the Worst Movie Ever. Thank you. So you guys ready for Today's the Day and High on Fire and Dillinger? This is the first song off our album. It's called Dracula with Glasses. Let's get this fucking place moving. Thanks. Thank you. That was for my fiance. I'm getting married in June. Bought a new car yesterday, and I'm pretty confident in my decision. But still, the best, most confident decision I've ever made in my life was deciding that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with this person. So. This song's called You Will Move. It's off our EP. Let me see him up, buddy. Alright, this is the last one. Let's see what this place can fucking do. Philly. This score's all yours. Rock, go, rock, get, go! Rise up like that, people! They want to find my life, it's like you're tied to the man of wow! Just go there, go, just your time to do not come. But I can feel, seek out from her, I go and go. From my life, I remember. Thank you, Philly. Burnt by the Sun. Have a good night. Today's the Day's up next. We'll see you guys soon. We're coming back to Philly next month, so.
Hellfest 2002. It's very nice out. Like 70 degrees, boys?
Hi, I'm Dave. I play drums for Burnt by the Sun. And this is John. Oh, you can say that.
I'm John.
And I'm Teddy. Mike, you can have the mic.
We're not talking. There's two mics.
Well, I've been in other bands that have played Hellfest throughout the years. They've generally gotten better and better. This is the second year in a row that Burnt by the Sun's played Hellfest. This year, I think, was definitely better than last year, just in terms of, ventilation. The sound was, not great, but it was definitely better, I think, than last year as well. Bigger turnout, more people overall, definitely more organized. Probably the only festival I've ever been to where the bands have gone on within 5 or 10 minutes of when they're actually supposed to go on, like every single band. And I heard that was the case yesterday too, so that's pretty impressive. Wouldn't you say, Mr. Whitty?
Yes, I would.
No, it was pretty cool. We met some guys from Australia that came up. They knew Dave from the Italian band that was next to us. It was pretty cool having different people from different places.
Most of the time, even if I'm looking right at the crowd, I'm kind of more or less zoned out, kind of in my own little world. But this year definitely seemed to be a little more energetic than last year. I think more people were familiar with our stuff, especially the newer stuff. There were a couple parts actually during the set where I was kind of looking out and just kind of thinking, oh my God, what I do here? They're just like bodies and people. There's bodies everywhere, kind of that sort of thing. A dust cloud just sort of going up and that sort of thing. And yeah, there was a lot going on there. It cleared out pretty good. So it was fun, you know. As long I didn't see anybody get hurt, and that's important, man. You don't want people getting hurt to your music, you know. People going off and just having a good time, man. If you've never been to Hellfest and you're a fan of heavy or extreme music, come out. You know, even if you have to buy a plane ticket or something, make the time, because it's worth it. You know, it's getting better and better every year. They're getting better bands. It's getting more and more organized. People are having a lot of fun, and it's worth it, man. And, you know, from what I can foresee here, it's only going to get better and better.
Excellent time.
As Bones would say, it's fun for the whole family.
Yes. All right. Is that it, guys? That's it, I guess.